Today, we are going to be talking about a really important concept here, and it is do the work for the day. Today, I'm going to give you something that will maybe relax you a little bit, make you feel a little bit better, okay? Which is do the work for the day, and that's it, okay? And it's such an important concept because it's a concept called compartmentalization. And it's really, really important for our motivation and our long-term well-being, okay? Let me give you kind of like, you know, a glimpse into the weird shit that happens in my brain. Let's say that you're sitting by the ocean one day and a merfolk walked up and grabbed your head. But it was a telekinetic, psychic merfolk, and it made you see everything when it touched your head that would happen in your life from here till the day that you die, all the troubles that you'd go through, all the difficulties you'd face, every up and down, all the kind of work you would have to do in life, and you just saw it all. And you knew all the burdens that would be placed upon you, all the people that would die from cancer in your life, and loved ones, and breakups, and all this shit that would happen to you. All that stuff is going to happen. You just don't know it. But regardless of if the telekinetic merfolk grabbed your head and gave you that wisdom, that knowledge, okay, or didn't, it's still bound to happen. It's still what will happen. Okay, now, as fucked up and weird as that is and how weird my fucking brain works, okay, I hope you can understand that if you had all that knowledge of what was going to happen, it would be a huge crushing burden. Like to know how all these people you love are going to die or leave you or betray you sometime in your life, or the kind of sicknesses that you're going to encounter and how you're going to die and all these bad things that are going to happen to you, because it's going to happen, okay? You would be crushed. You'd be like, what is the fucking point of living? Okay? And all the work you're going to have to do and all the stuff you're going to do that's going to fail and you're going to waste all this time and work and effort and put in all this effort. Fuck. That sucks. Okay? So, we can't look at our lives that way, right? We have to compartmentalize, and we have to just say to ourselves, okay, I just need to get through the day. Okay, I just need to do what I need to do right now. I just need to do this 6-mile run. Okay, I just need to make it the next mile. Okay, I just need to make it the next step. I just got to take one step. I just got to take one breath. I just got to do one rep. That's how we have to deal with our lives in order to make the burden smaller, because we can always take one step. We can always do that one rep, okay, until we're on the last rep. But again, we can rest and we can do a rep, okay? We can always take that next breath. We can always handle that next thing. Even in an immense amount of pain, we can take one more second, and we can take one more second, and we can take one more second of it. Do you see what I'm saying? When we take things down into smaller pieces. So what you need to do, right, on this quest to success and to achieving your goals is you need to make sure that you're just doing what you need to do for the day, and that is it. So you need to define that out. When I'm done with 8, that's it, I'm done. Now sometimes, yes, I'll do a little bit more work, but all I have to do, the only thing I'm looking at is I just have to get 8 done. And I can do that. I can focus for 4 hours in a day. That's about 8 Pomodori. I can do that, okay? I have the capability of doing that pretty much every day, right? Now, there's some days when, you know, there's other things I have planned and things like that, and I plan that out ahead of time and make an exception when I'm doing things right, okay? But whatever I plan on doing, I do. That's the work for the day. And that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And this is so critical, because when you're trying to accomplish the goals that you've set out, right, that we've talked about in the earlier videos in the series, you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel like it's a lot. I remember when I was first creating my first app, right, my first Android app, right, it was this running app that told you if you're running too fast or running too slow. It's called Pacemaker. I remember like having all these cards in my Trello board of all the work I needed to do. And I remember thinking, oh shit, right? And I had committed to doing an hour a day worth of work, and I didn't want to. But I forced myself. I realized, I said, okay, John, you can work on this for an hour. Just pick up the next task. And just, it doesn't even matter if you complete it. It doesn't, honestly, it doesn't matter. Do what you said you're gonna do. Just work on the work for the day is to work on that for an hour. Can you just give it your best shot, your best effort? There's no guarantees for an hour. And this is what I did day after day after day after day. And you know what? Eventually, I got all the work done. I got the app finished. I got it published and I started making money. I actually completed something. I became a fucking finisher. Okay? Because I did the work for the day. When I was writing my book, okay, this is a big ass book, The Complete Software Developer Career Guide, okay? It's like almost an 800-page book, 700 and something page book. Now, yes, the text is kind of, spaced out because I like to make it readable, but still, it's about, what is it? It's 200,000 words, I think. That's a lot of words, okay? If you look it up, an average novel is like 60 or 70,000 words. I believe it took me 6 months to write this book, this one, okay? 200,000 words. All I did every day, beginning of the day, first hour of the day, every single day pretty much, I think I might have missed like a couple of days in there, I worked for 2 Pomodoro, 1 hour on writing the book, on writing. I just wrote. Whatever the next chapter was, I wrote for an hour. That's it. That is it. 6 months later, I have a 200,000 page book, okay, that has made me, I mean, how much money you want to know how much money I've made at the time of recording this video from this book? Okay, it's right around probably close to $100,000. Okay, the book's been out for about 1.5 years. Okay, so now I didn't make, well, yeah, I guess I did through Simple Programmer, right? My business partner and I split the money because he's part owner of the business. Okay, but we've earned $100,000 from that book. Now I'm not saying that to brag. Okay, I'm saying that to tell you the importance of just getting the shit done for the day. Like, that's it. Just an hour. Imagine. Not everyone can make $100,000 from a book. You might not have the audience to sell the book or, the branding and whatnot. Okay, granted. That's fine. But you could publish a book. If you worked an hour a day and you just got the work done for that day, and you just said, I'm just going to write for an hour a day, anyone can write a book on any topic that you want. Just write a book. And you could publish a book and you could be a published author. You could have a book. Okay? You could create a program. You could create a business by virtue of the same thing. You just have to get the work done for the day. And if you're trying to complete these goals, right, if you've got this process, if you've been doing what I've been telling you, and you're trusting that process, now the next thing you have to trust is that you just do the work for the day. That's it. When if I thought about like all the work, like I'm training for a marathon right now, it's a lot of fucking running. It's a lot of hours of running. It's like 50 something, 55 mile weeks worth of running, 55 miles a week, okay, for many weeks. If I thought about all those miles that I had to run, and I tried to just tried to do it all in one day, it's not possible. I would die, okay? I can't do that. It wouldn't even be helpful. It wouldn't be useful. Instead, I have to realize that every day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have to run. That's just part of it. That's it. But every day I also realize that all I have to do today is the work that is set out for me for the day. And I'm really the one who's setting that work out, okay? But that's what you got to do, is you just got to decide, all I got to do, just compartmentalize it. Just say, for today, this is what I need to get done, and that's all I got to do. And don't think about what you're going to have to do tomorrow. Don't think about the next day. You're going to be refreshed. You're going to be renewed. You're going to have the energy again to be able to do it the next day, but think about just this day. And don't think about the end. It doesn't end. Life doesn't end, right? If you're waiting for life to get easier, whoa, fuck you. Life is not going to get easier. It's only going to get fucking harder. Now, it could get relatively easier if you become a lot stronger. So focus on getting stronger, and you'll be conquering, you'll be smashing life. It won't fucking matter that life is actually getting harder, okay? Because as you get older, you're gonna have more fucking problems. And if you make more money, more problems, I guarantee you, there's gonna be more fucking problems, okay? So don't expect that it's gonna get easier. Instead, expect that you're gonna fight the battle every day. It's fine. But you only have to fight the battle. You don't have to fight the battle for tomorrow. You only have to fight the battle for today. And you can always do what is required of you in that one day. And that, it's, again, it might seem like a small, inconsequential thing, but it is very vitally important if you want to succeed. If you want to achieve your goals, you're going to have to be able to compartmentalize your life. You're going to have to be able to decide this. Right? Again, I could give you one last example, and then we're going to wrap this up, which is like running a marathon. Okay? When I ran my last marathon, it's 26.2 miles. Okay? I did it in 3 hours and 47 minutes. Okay, that's 3 hours and 47 minutes of running. Okay, that's a long fucking time to run, right? If you went to work, okay, if you worked a typical 8-hour workday, I would be running, okay, half of your entire workday. If you took a plane, right, from like California to Florida, that's like a 4.5 hour plane ride, 5-hour plane ride. I'd be running almost the entire time that you're sitting on that fucking plane. That's a long fucking time to run. I had to compartmentalize and break that down. I had to say, all right, I just got to run the next 5 miles, or the next 5 miles, or the next mile. Okay, I can't think about running 26.2 miles that whole time. It's too long, it's crazy. I can't think about running 3 hours and 47 minutes when I'm 15 minutes into it. I just got to think about keep running. Just do the thing I need to do now. Run the next mile. Okay, that's what I got to think about. And that's how you have to do it if you want to succeed in your life. Again, I told you I wouldn't give another example, but I'll give you one more with the books. I've written and published 2 large books now. Okay? You cannot think about that big task. You just have to do the work that you need to do for that day, and that cumulative effect, lifting weights, doing your diet, whatever it is, that will get you those benefits, because it adds up over time, and you'll eventually get there. So that's all you got to do. If you can do that, you will achieve whatever goal that you've set out in this series. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Take care.